What does getting better and better really mean to you?
I break my life up into pillars. So it will be career, health, relationships, who you have around you. Information is as accessible and low cost as ever before. You have no excuse to go out there and try to learn what you want to learn. You have to be decisive, figure it out, and then when you have an opportunity to just dive at it. When I was in marketing, I learned this study called the mirror exposure effect. How did we figure out if something was dangerous or not? How come dogs are friendly in our head now and tigers are dangerous? The mirror exposure effect means is it correlates the number of times you have an association with something with what the outcome is. If we bring that to today's thing, right? The only way to figure out if something is dangerous for you or not is go and do it.
You want to manifest your dream, you want to manifest the finance, you want to manifest your perfect partner.
When I say manifest, you're going to manifest through actions, not thoughts. The thoughts in your head will obviously lead to an action. You go hard, keep going, keep pushing. 1% every day, you're bound to succeed in whatever you're trying to achieve. I went through a crazy breakup a couple of years ago, broke my hand, and so much things happened and a job didn't work out. It was like start from rock bottom again. If I was giving advice to back then, it would first be just
giving a shout out to our sponsor for today, the City of Palmerston. Just want to give out a sponsor who is not only holding it together, the community, but also giving back to podcasts like ours and wanting to see the community grow, wanting to see people in the community grow. Welcome to the Discover You podcast. You are here again, joined with your host, Joel Benisha. And today we have another special episode coming through with a young man that is a high achiever, that he's made a name for himself in the community, doing wonderful stuff. And you're going to hear all about him. Today, you know, the Discover You podcast is all about discovering you and what you do. It's number one empowerment podcast here in the Northern Territory, and we're here to empower you. If you haven't liked and subscribed, go ahead and like and subscribe by searching up Discover You podcast on YouTube or on Spotify. Or you can also find us on Instagram and on TikTok. So without any further ado, let's get kicking. I have with me Arjun.
hello everyone, good to be here.
Arjun, when I reached out to you to do this episode, what was the feeling going on there?
I was keen, man. Yeah, I like talking to new, like getting out of my comfort zone. Like I said before we were talking.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like really being the center of attention. Obviously, you see my videos and go, "Oh, what do you mean?" But I have to put myself out there more, and I'm not used to doing podcasts and being on camera like in this sort of style. So
Yeah.
I want to challenge myself. So it's good.
Cool. All right, let's get the nerves out of the way. And the way we're going to do that is by really getting you to... One of the things I love doing is instead of me saying, hey, look, Arjun is ABC, the viewers watching from home, they're wondering, who is this person on the mic and why should we listen to them?
Got it. So give like an elevator pitch.
You know what? If I asked you to give an elevator pitch, what would you go with?
Okay, cool.
What would you say?
So
Let's go.
60-second elevator pitch?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right. My name is Arjun. I am a brother. I'm a son. I like doing sports, Muay Thai, the gym. I love business. So I'm doing, I own a marketing agency with my brothers Steiner and Narfin. I'm in real estate as well. And we're doing some other things. We're getting to the AI space now as well. So yeah, I'm just trying to progress better every single day.
Beautiful. I love that.
15 seconds.
Yeah. You bit the time there, right there. Let's make that question a little bit deeper. Mm-hmm. Who is Arjun? I think
I'm still figuring that out every day, you know. I don't think you can get to a destination on who you are because everything's changing around you. Mm-hmm. And you sort of morph to where you are in life, that sort of thing, you know. Like at the moment I'm in real estate, so I'm really sales driven. But like, let's say I went into accounting, for example, which I have a degree in. I would have been a completely different person right now because the impressions that the world has on you shapes you as a person. You know what I mean? So who am I? I don't know. I'm just a student, I guess. I'm always learning. So yeah.
A student always learning.
Student of life.
You read any particular book that shapes your mindset?
I've read lots of books, but the first book I ever read, my dad gave it to me. Everyone's pretty well known. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That book, because I was always into like business and stuff in school, and he gave it to me in year 8. And that book teaches you about the world, how money works, where the money is, who has the money, that sort of thing. difference between assets and liabilities, all that sort of jazz. And that sort of opened my mind up. Like, there's so much more out there that you can learn, and you just have to go and do it. Especially in this day and age, like information is as accessible and low cost as ever before. You have no excuse to go out there and try to learn what you want to learn.
That could also be a hindrance, couldn't it? Having too
Correct.
much information.
Too much options, yeah, correct. So I think, like we were saying before with the podcast, you have to be decisive, figure it out, and then when you have an opportunity, just dive at it. And if it doesn't work out, then go to the next one. I have so many failures, which helps shape you as well. You learn from your failures. You can learn from your wins, but you won't learn as much as a failure.
There's a dangerous part of that mindset of go in, try this. If it doesn't work out, move on. There is many areas of life that if you apply that principle, let's say the relationship, for example,
Yeah.
then you've got people that are never truly committing to anything. Do you agree?
No, 100%. I understand exactly what you're saying. So you obviously have to take that with a grain of salt. And when I'm talking about that, I mean, like if you have a dream and you want to learn about it, and you just go all in. If it's a dream, go. Because you'll never scratch that itch if you never went through it. You know what I mean? So we'll go later on in the podcast, but there was stuff when I was earlier on when I wanted to do something, and I'm like, I just have to go out there and go for it. So when we first started the marketing media agency, and we had no clients, me and my brothers, Steiner and Nathan, which you hear about a lot in this podcast. And we said, we have no clients. We're cold calling everyone around Australia, physiotherapists, everything. We said, how are we going to get our clients? We said, we'll just go. And I said, who likes, this is how I got into real estate. Who likes marketing, media, real estate agents? I said, all right. We were like, I think it was 18, 19 at the time. And I said, all right, let's go to all the open homes and pretend we're going to buy a house and pitch our business to all the real estate agents. And I did it. And then that's how I met Jacob, who I do real estate with now. At our open home, he gave us a shot. He said, yep, he just started his business at the same time as well. So it was perfect alignment. And then one thing leads to another. We worked with him for a couple of years, and then now I'm in real estate after dealing with him for 2 years. So that's what I mean. Like I went and started that opportunity, helped me learn some stuff, then bang, go into this one, So that's what I mean by diving into every opportunity and just going hard.
I am putting myself in your shoes.
Yeah.
When you guys were coming together with that idea and saying, let's go to every open home and pitch. That's a scary thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, it is scary.
Run us through what was going on in your mind when you...
It is scary. It is scary, definitely. But that's what I mean. Like, you just it's just how you process that emotion inside your body. So for example, I was a bit nervous to do this podcast. But if I go and tell you I'm nervous, but I build it up in my head as I'm excited. Like, exciting and nervous is pretty much the same thing if you think about it. Because you're excited about something that hasn't happened yet, and you're also nervous about something that hasn't happened yet. So it's how you sort of process it in your body, So and that's all created from uncertainty, because you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? But the only way to find out is go and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read a saying that said faith and fear is the same thing. It both requires you to believe in something.
Correct. And so when I was in marketing, I learned this study called the mirror exposure effect. So the mirror exposure effect goes back to when we were in our caveman days.
Yep.
And how did we figure out if something was dangerous or not? If we never seen a tiger before, how do we know that tiger was dangerous? How come dogs are friendly in our head now and tigers are dangerous? We know that because we learnt it. But imagine if you're a caveman and you never saw that before. You saw a tiger. Oh, what is that? You go into it and it attacks you. So what they did, the mirror exposure effect means is the more it correlates the number of times you have an association with something with what the outcome is. So every time we went and saw the tiger, it will attack us, kill us, attack us, eat our arm or whatever, Yeah. Or we go see a dog. Oh, it's nice. We can pat it. Now we have pets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that if we bring that to today's thing, right? The only way to figure out if something is dangerous for you or not is go and do it. So I will do this podcast, right?
Yep.
This won't be the last podcast I do, but the next one's going to be much easier because this podcast will turn out all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then the more you do podcasts, the better you get. So just like,
but what if it doesn't turn out all right? What if it flops? Then what that's the failure right there.
Well, correct. But how bad can it be? I'm not going to lose my life over this podcast, am I? You know what I mean? So you're telling your
Say
body,
something.
but you know what I mean? You'll be like, after pause, or maybe I wasn't as
Expressive as I wanted
concise
to
or
be.
expressive, but I still wasn't that bad. Like I got out all right.
Yeah.
Next time I'll be better, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm sort of trying to get at, because when we went to the open homes, we go, no, 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 yes. Oh, it worked. Okay, next time we do it, it's going to be easier. Kept doing it, and then grew it. And you get better. And then you just start thinking, oh, this is not as bad as I thought, because going back to that mirror exposure effect, the association with the actual thing that you're trying to do, you know, there's a connection now.
Mm. You talked about being better. And essentially we well, it's evidently here as we're talking to you that you're quite ambitious in the things that you do, and you go out there and you're always trying to consistently improve and get better and better. Let me ask you this question: what does getting better and better really mean to you?
It depends. It depends what you're striving for. So I'm striving for, I break my life up into pillars. So it will be career. Well, that's like business, what you're doing for your occupation, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Health, it's massive. So making sure you're healthy, you're fit, going to gym, all that sort of jazz. Making sure that that's a whole another pillar. The other thing is relationships, who you have around you. How good is your relationship with X? How can you call someone when this happens? How good are your relationships?
Yeah.
That's the sort of 3 pillars I break it up into, because if you have good relationships, you can do business together. If you have good business and you have good relationship, and health helps everything. If you have bad health, then if you would know if you're in a business, right, and you have all these issues, and all of a sudden your health declines, none of those issues matter anymore. It's all about your health.
Correct.
So your body's a vessel to do these things on this earth. You have to make sure you look after it. So that's how I sort of look at life. Yeah.
And so then I'm quite interested in what your meaning of fulfillment would be. What is fulfillment to you?
Pretty much it goes on top of what I just said there. So fulfillment is, my belief is you can never be fully fulfilled, because you're always discovering new things, new heights. But you can feel, my thing is you can feel fulfilled. This is hard to explain. You can feel fulfilled, but you can never become fulfilled, if that makes sense. So you can fill up, you can feel like you're filling up your cup, but just imagine your cup's always getting bigger, and you need to always keep filling up your cup. I don't think you can always ever feel like, oh, I've finished life, I'm done, and just sit down and you're done. You know what I mean? There's always going to be something else that sparks your interest or something different, you know?
If we use that analogy, does that mean at the end of your life, you're always going to feel like there's something more that you could have accomplished, like a sense of regret?
Depends. It depends how you look at it. It depends. Like I said, it really depends on your beliefs. It depends on everything.
What's your belief?
That my belief is, like you will at the end of your life, you'll know. You will never know now until you get to that point.
Yeah.
So all I can do is, if I just try my absolute best every day, stay true to myself, do all these things, by the end of my life, hopefully I look back and go, yeah, I stayed true to myself. I didn't do anything that I didn't want to do. I did everything. Every time I thought I wanted to do something, I did it. Took the opportunity.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like at the end of life. You're like, yep, I did everything. I gave it my all. Took every opportunity. Didn't like this podcast. I could have said no to this podcast. I'm like, oh, I got to get out of my comfort zone and do it. I was telling you, I'm doing a speech next month at my old school in front of all of the people. I'm so scared to do public speaking, but I'm like, imagine 80-year-old me when I'm on my deathbed going, oh man, I never did any public speaking in my life.
That would suck. It's interesting to say that. So let's have a look at your journey. So you going out with your brothers and your mate that started the business, and you started cold calling. You couldn't get anything. Then you went into for real estate. Started showing up at open houses. You finally got somebody that believed in what you guys were trying to create. Where did you go from there? Just
kept going. Yeah. So after that, we just kept hitting the phones, getting more referrals, more appointments, setting stuff. Remember, I was working at the time as well. So I'll go do an appointment on my lunch break, blur the background, and there's like all sorts of stories, man. Like there's one story where Jacob gave us a referral to his mate who has a solar company, and we were wanting to charge our services to them. But at the time, we're like, oh, are we charging too much? But we're like, all right, we need to have a perceived value on our services because we know our services are good.
Yeah.
So what we did was, because we were both working at the time, I called the guy and I said, look, what do you need? He's like, oh, I need some videos, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, when do you need it? He said, oh, pretty like soon, you know? I'm like, all right, listen, we're only available tomorrow from 12 to 1 p.m., which happens to be our lunch break.
Strategic. You're a businessman.
What does that think in their head? Oh, they must be busy. Yeah. So when they get when the bill comes in, oh, it makes sense. Go, done.
Yeah.
Versus, oh yeah, I'm working at the moment, but I come on my lunch break. Oh, this guy's just doing it part-time or casual. He must not be that good. So you just have to see your weaknesses and try, all right, how can I turn this into a strength? How can I get around this? It's always been like that. You know what I mean? How can I, like what you were saying when you first started this podcast, before all this camera gear, you had your phone.
Yeah.
You figure out, I want to start a podcast. How can I do it? What do I have? All right, I got my phone. Let's go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's exactly the same thing. You need to figure out, okay, what tools do I have? All right, what can I do with this? And bang. That's how we did it. We use it as a strength. And he goes, oh yeah, cool, bang, got the gig, did the video. My brother got changed, went onto the rooftop, shot the video, come back to work, all hot and sweaty because it's wet season and the sun's on top of the roof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think you just got to be creative with it. Try always be a problem solver. That's what I was saying before. I'm a student of life. You always have to learn different ways to get around things. You know what I mean?
So you obviously had to learn some skills in terms of sales. Some people say, oh, those who are good at sales, it comes naturally. Do you think sales comes naturally for anybody?
No. Oh, yes and no. I think sales is a massive confidence thing. A confidence thing, and probably 80% of sales is listening. So you have to be a good listener, because let's say I want to sell you this mic. How do I know you want a mic? Why am I even talking to you if you don't want a mic? You know what I mean? I should be, if you want pens, go talk to the guy who sells pens. So first I need to figure out, oh, what are you looking for? Like, how long have you been in the market for a mic? Oh yeah, 6 months? Okay, cool, yeah. And what sort of options have you looked so far? I've looked at Rode, I've looked at Canon, I've looked at this, da. Which one so you're leaning towards? Rode? Okay, cool. So what's stopping you from today from moving off ahead with this mic? I'm asking you questions and you're telling me. Let's imagine if I just said, bro, buy this mic. You said, no, I want Canon. Oh, I should have just asked you the question. I would have known. Yeah. I like Canon. Oh yeah, here's the Canon mic. You know, that's what it is. Sales is about listening, finding the solution, and then presenting it to them. And I think people always think that sales is about trying to convince people, which is not the case. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm trying to unlock what you already want in your head, and if that's even a good match or not. Because you sometimes they're not a good match for you, and just tell them, we're probably not the right match here. I think you should suggest a different strategy, or So that's what sales is in my belief. Yeah.
So what do you do with customers that you know very well? They need what you're offering, but they're not willing to share that they need what you're offering.
As in,
because there is cases where you've got customers who don't want to be sold to.
Perfect.
They know that you're gonna solve their problems, but nobody wants to be sold to.
Perfect. Just don't sell it to them then. You just tell them, look, what do you want? I want to, because if you're talking to someone and they're talking to you, more than likely they want to sell, right? They want to work with you in some capacity. Your job's to figure out, are you the right fit for them, and what's the best strategy to figure out. So let's say if we're applying it to houses, I'll say, okay, cool. Why do you want to sell? I just want to, it depends on what they say to you. It could be divorce. It could be upsizing, downsizing. It could be, I just want to get some cash out. Yep. Who knows? Based on what you tell you, then you tell them, I think this is the best thing to do. Maybe hold on to your property, let the market go up a bit, you know? Is if you do it like that, that builds trust, especially if you're being fully 100% honest as well with what you're advising them. There's some people who do sales and they tell them the thing to make them look themselves good and then try to get the sale. It doesn't work. You can just tell straight away that, it's not authentic, it's not genuine. So that applies to every industry. Like even when my brother sells videos, same thing. You just ask questions. Okay, what are you looking for? Cool, right? Yep, cool. They just talk the whole time. He didn't even talk. Cool, okay, I can do that.
They say most sales people are con artists.
Yeah, people do say that because the issue is the people go into sales for the wrong reason. So there's a massive market of salespeople, right?
Yeah.
It's diluted with lots of. Can I swear on this podcast or no?
No, you can do whatever you want.
There's lots of shit salespeople out there, right?
Yeah.
who have the wrong idea of what sales is, like convincing people.
Yep.
Call you 10,000 times. You want to sell your house? Do you want to sell this? Do you want to buy my video? You want to buy my course? Do you want to do? Get off me, you know what I mean? Instead of asking questions, hey, what are you looking for? I'm looking for. I want to buy this mic, and I'm looking to buy in 6 months. Okay, cool. Why the hell would I call you every day if you're buying in 6 months' time? I'll call you maybe once a month just to check in.
Yeah.
But the issue is people get so money hungry, they're too attached to the outcome, and people can smell it. They can tell that this guy just wants my sale. He doesn't actually care about me.
Attachment to the outcome.
Yes, there's so many times where I send other agents' listings to buyers. I say, you send me the listings of the other agents. I'll tell you what I think about it.
Yeah.
I didn't get paid off that.
Yeah.
But what do you think? They're going, this guy, you know, like I'm actually genuinely trying to help them because I know that if I be a good person and help people, it's gonna come back to me. If you chase excellence, money will come. If you chase money, you're not going to get money. You know what I mean? Excellence has a very good way of chasing. Money has a very good way of chasing excellence. If you are excellent in anything in life, there's usually a good reward at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like what you're doing. If you're chasing excellence in this podcast,
correct,
you're going to attract better guests. You're going to attract more sponsors. You're not chasing for money, but you will get more money. You know what I mean?
You hear that, people? Yeah. We'll get more money.
But if you're not focusing on that.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. We're seeking for excellence here. We're upping it one step at a time, trying to create the best value that we can for the market. Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about a couple of things that I want to address. One of the first thing is you spoke about detachment.
Yeah.
Take us more through what
detachment of the outcome.
Yes.
Yeah. So you need to be detached from the outcome, meaning that if you are attached to an outcome, it will affect your process. So, for example, if I'm applying this to real estate, right? Mm-hmm. Actually, no. Let's do a scenario now. So let's say I'm applying it to me selling you this mic.
Correct.
Right. When are you looking to buy a mic? Let's do it role play now. When are you looking to buy a mic?
Next year.
Next year. Oh, but what about now? Why not now?
I'm broke.
But like, what about if I set up a paper? So you know what I mean? You can tell like, get off me, man. Like, I don't want you to buy a mic because I'm attached to getting the money, the commission, because I want to sell you this mic now because I'm attached to the outcome. Yeah. Versus now I do one without detached from the outcome. Hey man, nice to meet you. So when are you looking to buy a mic?
Next year.
Next year? Cool. Yeah, cool. I'll let you go after this, but I just want to get some more details from you. What sort of mic are you looking for? Just so I can be ready for you next year. What sort of mic are you looking for?
That key there of saying, I'll let you go after this, that's actually setting me free, right? The moment you said that, there's a burden lifted.
Exactly.
Because I know this guy's about to leave and he's not pushy.
No, because think about this. Yeah. And if I touch, the reason I'm getting information out of you, I know exactly how to nurture you now as a client. So let's say you're looking next year, but you really you want a red version of this and da. Yeah. I can touch base with you. Hey, 6 months time. Oh, did you see the new release of the Rode mics? I have the red version now. Da. I know your timeline's next year. I'll keep you updated. The mic prices are still the same. They have some new suppliers coming to Darwin soon, so hopefully they will supply some red ones. I'll keep in touch. Anyways, how's everything? And ask you about yourself. Oh, why do you want the mics? Oh, I'm just starting. Oh, really? You started a podcast? What's the link? Show it to me. Boom. Follow. Oh, congrats on the 1 year. You know, like you can always touch base like that. And who you think is going to buy the mic from in a year and time? So
really finding interest in the person.
Correct. Yeah, and you have to make it that you actually care about them, because people will only want to buy from people they like. You don't want to buy from someone you don't like. It doesn't matter how good the product is. If you don't like them, you're not going to buy it. You know what I mean?
But it's different for big companies, isn't it? Because big companies.
Big companies is different though, because big companies is you're not buying from a person, you're buying from a company. So it's how that company brands themselves. So there's lots of cases of this where a company supports the wrong agenda and then bang, lose so many customers. You know what I mean? Yep. So for example, putting on this scale, if I didn't like you, I probably wouldn't come on this podcast. You know what I mean?
Good to know you like me.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, correct. Yes,
it's people, it's energy, it's all relationships. Energy. Yeah.
So let's shift that word across many different things. So I saw the way you took the word detachment away from outcome, detaching away from outcome in terms of sales and business.
Yeah.
Does it also work in terms of attracting things like money?
Detaching from money.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
So detaching money actually gets you more money.
Yeah. It depends, because obviously there's some things in this world. It depends what your goal is as well. Because there's some things in this world, like say you really want to do charity and you want to give back.
Yeah.
There's not any money in that because you're giving back, right?
Yeah.
But my thing is, you will be blessed in other ways. I don't know how, but if you always be my belief is, if you're a good person and you have good intentions, and little things like you go to the shopping mall and you put the cart back after you get in your car and don't just leave it out there for the trolley man to go put it in the trolley bay.
That's a lot of us, man.
But you know what I mean? That's what I mean. Stuff like
from
that.
now on. From now on, we'll put it back. We'll put it back.
Yeah, stuff like that, man.
Yeah,
this stuff adds up, and I believe in, if you do everything like that, good things will come to you.
Yeah. So let me generalize it using a word that's commonly used in social media. Actually, the word manifestation, and I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, if you want to manifest something that you dream of, you want to manifest your dream, you want to manifest the finance, you want to manifest your perfect partner." And the word detachment is used quite a lot.
Yeah.
Is it in the same manner? That
it depends how you define manifest.
All right, let me hear your definition.
Some people have the wrong definition, but manifest, yes. Thinking about it, not going to do anything. If you're just sitting in a room going, I'm manifesting, I'm going to manifest 10,000 subscribers, nothing's going to happen. You know what I mean? You got to go and do it. And you have to, when I say manifest, you got to manifest through actions, not thoughts. Thoughts, yes, but actions. So the thoughts in your head will obviously lead to an action.
Yeah.
But if you manifest in like, I'm the number one podcast in the world, and I'm a professional. This is how I'm operating. I have freaking 1, 2, 3 cameras, 2 lights, big TV screen, big thing, soundproof room.
Oh, that's us already.
Boom. You know what I mean? It's going to come to you.
Yeah.
If you manifest that and you're doing it, it's going to happen. It's going to come to you.
Yeah.
And people are going to look at you differently as well. I come in here and going, holy, this is very professional. Like, wow, this guy's taking his stuff serious, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. And it comes down to everything. So if you manifest through actions, not thoughts, then it will come. That's my belief. You go hard, keep going, keep pushing, 1% every day, you're bound to succeed in whatever you're trying to achieve.
So true manifestation is always aligned with an action. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to have action to manifest anything.
You cannot just sit from your
Correct.
couch.
So I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
So this mic here, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who invented this mic?
Rode.
Actually, let's just say Rode. Yeah, Rode made this mic, right? This mic was created twice. Do you know what I mean by that?
One through imagination and one through physics.
Yeah. So someone thought of the idea first,
Yeah.
and the other person actually created it. Sometimes it's 2 different people.
Yeah.
So sometimes someone's always thinking about an idea, but they never go and do it. There's another person who actually went out and did it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by that. The other guy was thinking about it. The other guy went and go and manifest it through action, created, got the manufacturers, made this, made that, boom, 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 bang. It's here now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by manifest through action.
And so, where's the detachment in that equation?
The detachment, you have to be detached to the money. Is pretty much what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of businesses. Obviously, Rode's a very successful company.
Mm-hmm.
If you're attached to the money, like I was saying before, you're attached to the outcome, which meaning that you're now going to be rushing this and trying not to perfect the microphone so it's actually a good product. So a great example is Steve Jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steve Jobs used to spend hours in the design room on the littlest things that didn't really make a massive difference in the grand scheme of things for money-wise. But he knew that if he focuses on perfection, excellence,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to destroy his competitors. He's going to have the most money and make the market share. It's $1 trillion company now. So he was doing stuff like wall plugs in European is different to Australian wall plugs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how are we going to design it? How does the wall plug look on the wall? What's it going to look like when it's plugged in? All right, when they open the box, which way should they pull it on the paper from? Stuff like that. So if you focus on those little things, you're bound to succeed. So yeah.
I don't know. Were you going to add something else on manifestation?
I was going to add one more thing.
Dude.
So there's Diary of the CEO, right? He's a podcaster like yourself.
Correct.
He does the little things, the 1%ers. So I actually went to a conference and he was speaking there and he was bringing up stuff like he has the room temperature set to a certain degree.
Yep.
He used to do background research on all of his guests. So when they walk in the room, their favorite song is already playing. Little sense, have a nice sense, like certain sense. and it unlocks their guests. So that's how he gets the best interviews out of his guests, or best questions, best answers, because they're very comfortable, because he did all these little 1%ers. He has a button underneath his desk. So when something viral happens, he clicks it. They click it. And every time his podcast ends, that people don't see this on the podcast.
Yep.
He has a team in the background printing Polaroids with quotes, and he puts it in a book and gives it to his guests afterwards. So think about that. That doesn't do anything for his audience, but that guest would probably refer him to other connections. Come on this guy's podcast, look what he gave me. Stuff like that. That's all 1%ers though. And that's how he grew so quickly and has all the best guests in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that
Yeah.
pursuing excellence.
Correct, yeah.
And obviously he wasn't attached to the outcome. Every time he gave the gift or said did the
No,
1%,
yeah.
he wasn't attached. Oh, where's the 1% going?
Yeah.
What is it producing?
Yep.
But he knew it will compound.
Correct, yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's a good really good way of putting it. That compound effect.
Yeah.
You know much about the compound effect?
Yeah.
What's your
I read a book called Compound Effect, actually.
Yeah.
So compound effect is, that's exactly right. Compound effect is massive. So you might start out let's say you're starting out, you just landed on this earth and you're fresh and just starting from day one.
Yeah.
Obviously it's going to be much harder to get the first milestone than to get the next one. And it slowly goes up and goes up. So for example, me and the boys are starting an AI company at the moment.
Yep.
And the first client to land was so hard. Got it. Did the first onboarding yesterday. Wasn't attached to the outcome. We actually said no to one client before him. That could have been the first one. We said no to him because it didn't align with our mission, our vision. Said no to him. Bang, got this guy. And now we got two more. One today, another one next week. And that's because we trusted the process. We didn't get attached to that, to the money. We wanted to make a really good product first. So part of that is we needed to get 10 clients for our AI company to test the product to make it better. But if we were attached to the outcome, we would just scale it really quickly and get so many clients, and this product will probably be shit, but it'll still be usable. And what's the point of doing it? You know what I mean?
The other side I see. So let's look at content creation, for example.
Yeah.
If you aim for the mindset of excellence,
Yeah.
in content creation can be. I myself have struggled with in the past because you spend forever in one video.
Yeah.
You can edit until the world ends, man, to try to make that perfect video.
Yeah.
So then, is there room for quantity over quality?
Yeah. I think once you become good at something, everything becomes quality. So you just start pumping videos out, and the more you pump out videos, the more scenarios you run into, the more different editing situations you run into. So you might have to color grade it this way. It's a bit tricky. It's dark. I shot it on the wrong ISO and it's a bit dark now. I need to edit it this way. But if you run into that issue again, you can solve it in 2 seconds because you spent 2 hours on it 2 videos ago. So then the better you get, every video is just bang, 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 bang. So for example, just the real estate videos, the 3D videos that we did were a very long process for my brothers to edit. But they kept doing it. Now that's every single video has 3D in it, and those videos are very difficult to actually edit. But because they did it so consistently and so many times, like reps in the gym, they become stronger at that skill, and it's so much easier for them. You know, if you can bench press 100 once and it's a struggle, you probably do it second the next week, 3, 4, 5. You'd be doing reps of 12 for 4 sets.
So
eventually.
When do you know when to give up? Because there must be a wisdom in the word giving up.
Yeah, it depends.
And I mean giving up as not fully giving up and quitting. I'm not mean quitting. But when do you know, okay, this is enough for this? It's time to pump it up. When is enough?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. And I don't know if I know the answer to that. But like, for example, I used to be in accounting. I worked there for about 2 years. It wasn't really for me. Didn't really like it. It wasn't suiting my style. And I'm like, I just finished my uni degree. I'm doing my uni degree. I'm like, I spent so many money on this time as well. I'm like, and my identity, sometimes your identity gets too attached to your occupation. Like,
correct.
I'm an accountant. Like if I leave, what are people going to think of me and that sort of thing? You just have to, you'll just know in your heart that this is not fulfilling you. This is not for you. Mm-hmm. This is put on you by other people or society's expectations. You know in your gut, I want to do this. Go and do it. You know what I mean? Just like you would have had the feeling, I want to start a podcast.
You know, I actually tried to start this many times, and I just felt a sense of resistance. Like nothing was lining up, and I actually parked across the road from the city of Palmerston, and there's a security guard there, and I've never met this guy. For the first time, I've seen this guy, and he says, "I parked my motorbike, and I'm getting out of my bike," and he looks at me and he says, "I have something to tell you," and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he goes, "You have a gift. I don't know what it is, but I see it. You have a gift in speaking, something, radio, podcast. I don't know what it is, but you have to get on the microphone. You have a gift."
Yeah.
I stopped and I said, surely if there was a sign from God, this must be it.
Yeah.
And I went to work that day, finished working at the end of the day. I was about to head home, and I remembered what he said. You have a gift. And I just crossed the road, came to the city of Palmerston, and I was like, do you guys have a space? I want to start a podcast. I want to record. And I booked the first.
There you go.
No guest online, no equipment, no nothing, no plan, no nothing.
Yeah.
I just took that commitment. That initial commitment was key, right? The moment I booked in that first room, I was like, you know what? If this is it, life will show itself. And
exactly.
And it wasn't that far, because that was on a Friday, and that weekend I was at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And a person introduced me to this lady from Brazil. And the person was, "Oh yeah, Joe's a speaker." I was actually walking past. "Oh yeah, Joe's a speaker. He's a really good speaker. Like you should have a chat with him." And it clicked.
Boom. Yeah, bro, that's how it is, man.
And I was like, wow.
That is how it is. That happens, man.
And I said to her, "Look, this is what I'm trying to do." And she said to me, "Do you have a phone?" And I said, "Yeah." And I go in and check on Instagram, and this lady's got like 80,000 followers on Instagram, and she's quite popular in Brazil. She's well known as an author there. And I was like, wow. And she said to me, "Do you have a phone?" I was like, "Yeah, we'll shoot with that."
Exactly.
And I was like, okay.
That's how it is, man.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yep.
We came right here. We set up these. We had these mics. Put the phone. Shot on the phone.
Bang, go. Yeah.
Took me a while to start editing that, because after that I was like, what do I do next? Like, how do I go from there?
Yeah.
And I said, I think I just gotta keep going.
Yeah. I think that's what I mean, man. Is sometimes that's what I mean. You took the opportunity because you saw it. And that's why I'm talking about being a student, because you're always studying. Is that an opportunity? Yes, bang, I'm taking it. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, people probably would have had the same opportunity presented in front of themselves, but they just might not have seen it because they're looking at life with the wrong lens. You know what I mean?
Woo!
So
that's fire.
Like Kobe Bryant had a quote saying that he was obsessed with basketball, and the world become his library. So he used to look around and think about, how can everything relate to basketball, or what can I learn from this that can help me? So, for example, in real estate, or marketing, anything. For example, I'm driving, I'm listening to a song on the radio. Oh, that's a good song for one of my next videos. Or I'm looking in the cinema, eating my popcorn, and there's ads on before the cinema. Oh, that's a cool ad. How can I use that? So I think if you're always looking and you're keeping the lens on, you're bound to see opportunities everywhere.
But here's where I've had struggles in the past. I'm a big believer in balance, right? And my passion, my dream cannot become all that I am, even though it takes it's the direction my life is going. It's taking everything that's going. Let me ask you this: how do you balance the hunger for success with the need for peace?
I'm at peace when I'm doing what I love. So if I'm doing nothing, it depends what you mean by peace, but going off the definition, peace is like quiet and tranquility and calm. I couldn't think of anything worse. You know what I mean? I don't like doing that. I like to always do stuff. I'm very ambitious. I want to do, like, let's go, let's do this. I want to do stuff, you know.
Let's look at it from a different angle, right?
Yeah.
As peace not being physically calm, but mentally.
Yeah, definitely. So I think you also have different stages in your life as well. So right now I'm in the stage of, like, let's go, green light, go hard, pedal to the metal, you know. So yes, you're not going to have much peace mentally. It's going to always be stimulating. Your brain's always going to be stimulating.
Yeah.
But it's up to the person. Like, what's your goals? If you want to go far, then you have to go pretty hard. You have to work really hard, and that comes with stress. Lots of stuff happening in your head. Like, just on this podcast, I'm already thinking about stuff I have to do, you know. So you just have to frame it as I'm progressing, which makes me feel at peace at night. And I can sleep. Not have to think about anything, you know.
Do you sleep like that?
Yeah, if you work really hard and you do everything that you're meant to do, you clear your to-do list, you talk to everyone you're meant to be talking with, you didn't avoid anything, all those hard conversations are done, everything's done. You're going to sleep like a baby.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Some of you can't sleep, man, because you're not doing the work.
Yeah.
Some of you are staying until 7. Now that's an interesting way to say it. And you mentioned something that I'm gonna touch a little bit about confidence here. You said something that really clicked. You said avoiding hard conversations.
Yeah. So if you avoid hard conversations, it's going to be even harder the next day and the next day because you're leaving it longer, right? And in your brain, it's getting worse. You're like, oh, what's the outcomes? Oh, like, what's going to happen? You know, like,
why? Let's start with why do people avoid hard conversation to begin with?
Because our body's engineered genetically, and everything is to avoid pain, to avoid hard things. Like, our brain's meant to keep us safe.
Yeah.
So that's why we're in an aircon room right now, not outside in the sun.
It's even too cold, man. The body's saying, turn down the aircon.
Yeah, your brain's is wired to keep you comfortable, safe.
Yeah.
Which is counterproductive if you're trying to progress, because pain is part of progression. Failures, going to gym, reps, going for a run, puffing, everything. Having hard conversations to people. Oh man, I messed this up. Fuck, what do I do now? That's part of it. So your brain's saying, all right, we can stay safe. We just want to survive. Your brain just wants to survive and keep you comfortable.
And many people are on survival mode right now.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, some people, like, I don't know everyone's situation, but yeah, like, I used to be on it. Like, if I'm putting it myself in the line here, I used to be like, I used to be coasting, you know, like, I used to be comfortable, like, not happy, but like, yeah, I'm doing all right. But I knew that I wasn't living up to my full potential, you know what I mean? Because I was avoiding all those hard things that I should be doing.
Let's touch on something that might be quite deep for you. Let's talk about the days you woke up in the morning and you didn't feel like pushing through, and you didn't feel like you had the mental strength to keep going.
I love talking about this stuff, man, because not many people talk about it. So I'm going to tell you. So I went through a crazy breakup a couple of years ago, and I broke my hand, and so much things happened, and my job didn't work out. It was like start from rock bottom again.
Yeah.
And then I'm in bed. I'm like, oh man, what do I do? And like, I was really like down, right? And I thought about, let's take myself out of my body for a second. I actually thought this. Take myself out of my body for a second.
Yeah.
And I said, is my issues really that big compared to some other people's issues in other countries and third world countries and all those sort of things? No, not at all. They'd probably do anything to be in my shoes, right?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, well, so why do I feel like something horrible has happened in my head and nothing's horrible has happened in there, and they're happy just to, you know, like when I went to India, you see the poverty and stuff, which is a big eye opener, and they're happy just for a clean shower or water, or to have anything. They're happy, new clothes, right? And we take that stuff for granted here. So back to where I was. So I was like just feeling bad for myself, victim mindset. How am I just feeling down? Oh, my life's so hard. I'm like, what am I talking about? My dad come here, didn't speak English when he was 20, didn't speak English at all, worked 3 jobs. You know, my mum is the same, like she come from Thailand, but my dad told me all these stories.
Yeah.
I said, and he's turned out great. What kind of excuse do I have? I speak English, I'm able-bodied, I'm young, I have a good upbringing, I have brothers, I have, you know, I have all my limbs, everything, like I have nothing wrong with me. What's stopping me from going ahead? It's just my mind.
Yeah.
So that's easy to fix. You just have to start. First stage is realizing what's wrong, and then you just start working on it. So I think, like if I was giving advice to back then, it would first be just realizing, all right, if you're watching yourself as a movie, your life as a movie, and you're in the couch at home watching yourself on the big screen, what would you say to yourself right now? And it takes a lot of self-reflection. Then I looked at myself, I'm like, what am I doing? Of course I'm going to be feeling bad. I'm not living to my potential.
Yeah.
I'm waking up at like freaking 2 p.m., going to bed at like 6 a.m. I'm eating horrible. I'm not going to gym. I'm not working. I'm doing nothing.
That's the state you got into at that time.
Yeah. What the hell am I doing? Go and get up and go make something of yourself. You know, stop feeling like a victim. You got to see yourself as the main character in the movie and go, what would the main character do now? And Rocky, on Creed, he gets knocked down. He goes to training. He comes back stronger, beats the opponent, you know? So you got to put that gumption into your soul and go, bang, I'm going to go for this, you know? Bang, go. Start little things. So first thing I did was straight go into the gym, get my body moving, start going to gym, staying consistent, get some structure in my life again. Bang, go start working 2 jobs. I was working 2 jobs and I got a better job there, then start the marketing company, then bang, keep going. And you just start stacking your wins, you know? And it's like that dominoes. Small dominoes hit, bang, bang to the bigger dominoes and you're just smacking, you know? So that's how I see it. It's all compounding effect that we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Compound the wins. You can have a downward spiral. You can also have an upward spiral. Yeah.
So what would you say to a young man who is out of school, maybe out of uni, and doesn't seem to know the way forward?
I would just say they would know what they want to do. It sounds like some people say, I don't know what I want to do, but
You think that's a lie?
I don't think it's a lie. I just think that they haven't thought about it properly. Because the thing is as well, you can only think about things that you know. That you can only think about things that you know, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. You don't know what you don't know. So what I would say is go try different things and then you'll figure out what you like, you know what I mean? If you try a bunch of different things, you'll know, oh, I really like that actually. You know, I just recently started getting into piano. I never knew I liked piano. And then I started playing piano with my friend Kieran. And then I got a keyboard at home now. Yeah. And I just got a keyboard from Marcella now. So Marcella's giving me her keyboard, her childhood keyboard, and I'm going to start playing on that.
I should come to Kieran for learning, man.
Yeah, Kieran's good, man.
I got the piano. I ended up selling it because I went on YouTube and the guy that was teaching me on YouTube, I landed on another video and this guy has been playing piano for 2 years and I saw him still do dang, ding dong. I was like, yeah. After 2 years, this guy's still doing ding dong. So I sold our piano. Now I'm on drum.
Yeah. So I think advice. Yeah. It's hard for me to say because I don't know the situation.
Yeah. Let's go back to it.
Yeah.
So this is just a young man who is waking up at 2 p.m. Is not sure where the next step is. They're feeling quite sorry for themselves. They're feeling like the world is against them. There's a lot of young men right now that feel like the government is against them, the world is against them, society is against them. Yeah,
so I think you just have to focus on your fundamentals first. So that would be health. Get your health right, because no healthy waking up at like stupid hours and going to bed at stupid hours. Get that back on track. Start doing some physical activity, get your body moving, release some endorphins, you know, start eating healthy. Get that right first. That's gonna change your mood firstly. Then start doing different things, meeting different people. Just get out there. Just start talking to people. Like, talk with your friends. Just do different things, because you're gonna start realizing that you like different things. When you're healthy, it's gonna be even better. It's gonna be a compound. So bang, you're healthy. You're doing different things. Something's gonna land. Something's gonna hit. It's like playing roulette with a bunch of dice. You're trying different things. Put it all there. Something's gonna land. bang. Oh, okay, that's the one. I'm gonna do that. So that's what I think that you should do. Like, there's so many things I did, man. I was trying to figure out what I want to do. I went to. This is embarrassing, but I'm going to say it for the just so people understand. I tried everything, man. You can ask my brother this.
Mm-hmm.
I even thought about, I should become like a rapper or something. And I was writing rap music and stuff.
Oh,
but like, I knew I'm fucking shit at this. I'm not doing this anymore. But I knew now.
You actually produced the song?
Yeah, it's on my like old iPhone. I used to rap it in the thing. I knew. Now I know I'm not a good rapper because I tried it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's so. I never said this to anyone before. But you have to be. You just got to try different things. You don't know what you don't like. I did drawing, painting, like all sorts of shit.
What rhymes with orange?
Porridge.
Long day.
But you know what I mean, bro? Like, you just got to try different things. Like podcasts, for example.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy doing this right now. I never would have known that if I didn't do any like podcasts and stuff. I did one before. I did one before, but like I liked it. But then this is making me want to like it more because it's different, you know.
Yeah.
So that's how would I know if I like this or not if I didn't do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the public speaking next month.
You're gonna
I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not.
Yeah.
I might do it and do all right at it, but I might say I actually don't like doing that.
Let's talk about this word. It's a special word. Motivation.
Yeah.
What's motivation to you?
I think motivation's like motivation. Hey?
Yeah, what is motivation to you?
Motivation's like it's something that that sort of. I'm trying to think how can I put this in good words. It's something that it's like an energy that you get that keeps you going for a short amount of time, unless you get another source of motivation. It depends how you sort of define it as well. Mm-hmm. But I think what most people think motivation is, I saw this person and it made me really motivated. But for how long? 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months? Mm-hmm. How long can motivation last? Motivation can't last your whole life unless you keep changing your source of motivation, which is the key word. If you're going to use motivation, which everyone has motivations, you need to make sure that the source that you're gaining your motivation from is good, right? So if your motivation is to get money, how much money are you going to get until your motivation runs out? You want to get $1 million? Okay, cool. You made $1 million, but now your motivation's gone. How can you go to the next level if your motivation was money? You got money now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So some people say, "Oh, my motivation's my motivation's to, I don't know, get a six-pack. You got a six-pack now. Now what? What are you going to do now? You've achieved. So you need to find sources of motivation that are never attainable. I believe in.
Yeah.
But that because that will keep you going. So if you're chasing excellence in this podcast, you're going to always keep producing podcasts because you're never going to be able to attain that source of motivation. So that source could be, I want to make it. That source could be, I want to impact the world by sharing stories. How can you attain that? You can't. But you can always drive towards it because there's no actual goal that you set there now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So I've heard people say that it's best to have an eternal motivation. So they will look for a motivation that's more spiritual than physical, and it seems to be a driving force. Well, I'm processing it right now, and isn't that what religion is?
I guess, yeah.
Because everybody is trying to attain for this state called heaven, and yet no one really knows what it is, or no one's really been there and come back and to tell the story. Apart, obviously, from Jesus, the way they say it. So then, if that's your motivation and it's eternal and it's something spiritual, it's something you cannot attain with your physical body, then you're gonna keep going until the rest of your life, right?
Correct, yeah.
And so the way you described motivation got me thinking, what is your why? What is the why you do what you do?
People ask me that all the time, and I don't know. That's what I mean. So
the moment you say you don't know, that's eternal.
Yeah,
you never get there.
Yeah, I don't know what my motivation is.
Yeah,
I know people who have motivations. I also know people who don't have motivations. Like I'm saying motivations, I'm at sources. I haven't identified what that is yet. It could be something from my upbringing. It could be something from what people's told me. Like, I have no idea.
Are you trying to prove something to somebody? Because that's motivation to some people.
That's motivation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't identified that yet. I just wake up and I just have this hunger in my belly to just achieve for more, and I can't describe it. Same as my brothers, they have the same thing. You can't describe it. Why? I actually haven't sat down and said why. Why do I want to do this? Which I'm still trying to figure out. You know what I mean? So that's why.
So what keeps you going?
That's what I was going to say when you asked me at the start, introduce yourself. I couldn't really introduce myself. I had to just tell all my accolades or tell what I do. But if I had a why, I would have introduced saying, this is what I'm trying to achieve. So what keeps me going? I don't know. I don't know. That's what I mean. I just wired this way. So I always wanted to try to do more and more and more, you know?
So then, let me ask you this. When you were in your lowest moments, what voice did you hear the most in your head? Was it a voice of doubts? Was it a voice of discipline? Or was it some form of intuition or divine guidance that was saying, you have potential, you have a gift, there's more to you than this?
Yeah, it was more so, I guess my why is, like, I'll answer your question in a second. I guess my why is people around me. I like giving back to people around me and looking after people around me. And so I guess that's my why. And when I was in that dark place, I looked around and said, well, I'm letting everyone down by not doing anything. They're supporting me. They believe me all these times. And I'm just going to sit here and rot away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Show up for the people who love you, you know? So that's, I guess that is my why, I guess. People say that all the time, I know, but that's pretty much like, I don't want to feel like anyone who loves me or believes in me that I let them down by not trying my hardest or becoming who I should be.
You're probably going to make a good husband. Because then you're going in as a father and saying, oh, I don't want to let my kids down or let my wife down.
Yeah.
And then you got to put 150% to not let them down.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah. I think that's what I mean. I'm not attached to my own outcome.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for other people. Like I could, like realistically, like if it was just me, like I wouldn't have any reason to do all this stuff that I'm doing now. Because I'm like, oh, what am I doing it for? Because I'm by myself. But at the moment, I live with my brothers.
Yeah.
I have a team.
Yeah.
I got family. I want to succeed with them. I want to push forward with them. I want to explore new heights with them, new parts of the world, new goals, new everything, new skills, new everything. And that's why I do it, because it's fun. You know what I mean? Everything's fun. You go home right now, you come to my house. One living room is a podcast studio for Jacob. He does his podcast there.
Yeah.
The other room's a office with 4 screens and a backdrop with a couch. And, you know, it's just it's like we wake up and you're inspired by your surroundings to go again, go more. So then you're saying, oh, who are you and what makes you who you are? When you were asking earlier, it's your surroundings. And I've set my surroundings up in a way that when I wake up every day, it's let's go, you know?
Wow. You guys are living like YouTubers. We're getting to the end of the podcast, but I wanted to ask you this last question before we turn the cameras off.
Yeah.
It's a personal question, but I'll be interested to hear what you have to say about it. When was the last time you cried?
Oh, good question. It would have been a couple months ago, probably. Would have been a couple months ago, and it wasn't from anything either. It wasn't from like any events in my life, like someone passing or anything. It was just like, I'm just trying to think what it was from. It was from, oh yeah, I remember now. So I was driving in the car and I was like, this is when I was working on the AI company and I'm doing this real estate thing first still and there's so much shit going on that day. And I was driving, I was like, oh, fuck, like there's so much compounding shit, pressure on your shoulders, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, how am I going to figure out all this stuff? So I just parked the car and just like, bang. No one is around me.
Yeah.
No one has even heard this story. I actually recorded it on my phone. I deleted it afterwards, but I recorded and I said, all right, I need to get this shit out. I get this negative shit out of my head. So I let it out, recorded it, talked to the camera how I'm feeling, watched it back because I'm looking back. I'm going to analyze myself after 5 minutes of recording it. Watch the video back. All right. Because when you watch back there's problems you're saying, there's a saying that's saying when you write down the problem, you've probably solved it. You've probably solved 50% of the problem already. Yeah. So I said the problems to the camera, what I'm going through. It was stuff like, it was just little shit. Lots of little shit. Because I only identified it's all little shit after looking at the video. At the time, you're like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. Watch this video of me talking to the camera. There's this, there's that. I'm like, what? It's not even that big of a deal. Delete, bang, straight back into it, you know? So
that's a really good strategy.
Yeah, that's the last time I cried. It wasn't like crying from sadness, it was just crying from just pressure. It was like just tears coming out. It wasn't like I was all sad and mopey. It was like, yeah. I was laughing in the video and I was crying because I'm like, fuck.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I watched that video back because you got to always be analyzing yourself. Sometimes in situations, you are the issue, not everything around you.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Chalugo. That's well put.
Yeah.
If you were to take that experience that you just shared there and turn it into an advice for somebody else that feels overwhelmed.
Advice is go and record yourself, talk to the camera, and say all the shit that's on your mind. Get it out of your system. Get it out. Get that shit out. Every time when I'm feeling anxious, I do this. No one knows this. I get a bit of anxiety here. It just sounds so dumb. I grab it and just go like this.
Really?
Yeah, I just go bang. Fucking oath it works. For me, it works. For me, it doesn't work for everyone. For me, it works.
Yeah.
Because my brain's like, get that shit and fucking throw it over there and go. You know what I mean? So I do it all the time. I hope no one sees me in public. But like if I'm nervous.
People just see you randomly grabbing yourself. I think
when I used to do like when I used to be nervous for deals and stuff. I used to before I go into the home, they might see it on a Ring doorbell. I'll be at the front door and I'll be like, "Fucking, you got this." Throw it off.
Oh man!
You know you gotta fucking psych yourself up because you're.
Hopefully they don't have a video camera. The doorbell has a camera, man. They just see, oh, this is the agent.
Yeah. But that's the advice is do that. Identify that. Yeah, you're feeling this way. Yeah. How are you gonna fucking fix it? Because if you can you can think a problem, you can also think of a fake problem in your head. You can also solve a fake problem in your head. Wow. So if you're thinking like, I fucking feel so nervous, reframe it. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. How can I?
It's a story you tell yourself.
Fucking oath. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Oh man, we've come to the end of this podcast. I really enjoyed this, man. This was so much fun. It's quality episode. Thank you so much, Arjun, for coming through and being a guest in the podcast and so much to share. Man, I'm going to get you on something else in the near future. I'm going to come look for you again. Yeah. I think you've got some really good views to share and we all learn from your story. Thank you for sharing. And thank you all for tuning in to the Discover You podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free and please like, share, subscribe. Check us out on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Spotify. Even Apple Podcasts were actually also there at the Discover You podcast. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed our content, please follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and TikTok. And if you really want to support us, please support us on Patreon, Subscribestar, and Crypto. I personally want to say thank you to all of you that are following us. And I want to make a promise that if you follow us, if you subscribe to our channel, that we will keep producing the best, highest form of quality content to add value to your life and help you find fulfillment in life. Thank you.